Women have two things that are critical in deciding. They decide if we're having sex or not. It's strictly up to them. Okay. Anything outside of that is the R word. We recognize this, and both men and women will agree. The second thing that they have full autonomy over is actually having that baby. I understand it's outliers out there. I understand that it's situations where, you were with that guy and he did, promise you all of these things and y'all were together and shit didn't work out and y'all split up. You have a baby now. I get that. So don't go down in the comment section talking about the outlier. But we know right now, the majority of our women out here in the Black community have multiple baby fathers. And I will even give you the young baby. I will give you the baby when you had that baby at 17 years old. But it comes a point in time where, and Bleak, you can jump in right here. It comes a point in time where it's a you problem. Because if you have that baby at 17, and then you have another baby at 20, and then you have another baby with another dude at 24, and then you have another baby at 28 with another dude.
You gotta have some coochie accountability out here, man.
Oh my God, what do you say? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Dutch, the Black non-Democrat, and I got my man Bleak here from the
Truth is Controversial
podcast. We're going to be talking about something that has been coming, to my attention. A lot of women come to my comment section and blame their deadbeat baby daddies on their condition and their circumstances. But we have to look at things from a factual point of view. Now, I understand it's outliers out there. I understand that it's situations where, you were with that guy and he did, promise you all of these things and y'all were together and shit didn't work out and y'all split up. You have a baby now. I get that. So don't go down in the comment section talking about the outlier. But we know right now, the majority of our women out here in the Black community have multiple baby fathers. And I will even give you the young baby. I will give you the baby when you had that baby at 17 years old. But it comes a point in time where, and Bleak, you can jump in right here. It comes a point in time where it's a you problem. Because if you have that baby at 17, and then you have another baby at 20, and then you have another baby with another dude at 24, and then you have another baby at 28 with another dude.
You gotta have some coochie accountability out here, man.
Oh my God, what do you say?
Gotta have some coochie accountability.
God damn.
But nah, man.
Let me tell you, somebody
it really does
said
come
on
down
my
to
channel the other day, they said, because I was talking about broke these, matter of fact, it was off of the Chris Rock, stop letting broke dudes come inside you. And somebody commented, they said, man, we got to stop all of this broke on broke sex.
Hey man, listen.
Both broke.
Hey, listen. It's sad. It's funny, but it's sad. Well, at the end of the day, I think we need to understand, or women need to understand, they hold the key, the dynamic to these relationships. I try to tell women that everything a man does is predicated on attracting you. You understand? So at the end of the day, if a man is not required to do much, then he won't do much. You understand? So she really holds the key. And some may agree, some may not, but women could be a man's motivation to do better. Now, if she doesn't require much out of herself, and well, the man that she lays with is a reflection of that.
Right.
So,
and to piggyback off that, the thing is, when we talk about men and procreation, the thing is, women, like you said, women literally hold the gate to this. Women have two things that are critical in deciding. They decide if we're having sex or not. It's strictly up to them. Okay. Anything outside of that is the R word. We recognize this, and both men and women will agree. The second thing that they have full autonomy over is actually having that baby. I can want that baby all day, Bleak. I can want it. I want that baby. Oh man, you pregnant? We gonna work it out. And she say, "No, I don't want it." Ain't nothing I can do. It's nothing I can do. So at the end of the day, if it's nothing I can do when I want my baby, and stop talking about the outliers. Don't bring them outliers in my neighborhood. Talking about sometimes it's a health reason. That I get that, and we're not talking about that before you even say it. See, they come to the channel and they say so many things that either I make a video for it, and when they already say it, like I made a "It Takes Two" video, right? Because that's what they always say. It takes two to tangle, right? And I made that video, and every time they say it, I drop that link. Like, I already explained it. So I understand certain outlier situations and exceptions to the rule, but I always talk about the rule here. Now, the thing is, when I want to have that baby, so at the end of the day, I have no say so on if she's going to have that baby or not. So I have to acquiesce to her when she do decide to have that baby. I have to be this person. And why do we make it seem like, this man just get downloaded some taking responsibility information when he get a girl? That's a bodily function.
Right. It's
see what I mean?
Oh no, most definitely. It's like my thing is, I look at women and it's like, you see how men can be dragged through the mud, right? And rightly so, if they're not being responsible. But here's the thing: women, if this has been the ongoing narrative for long as I can remember, this has been the ongoing narrative, right?
Right.
But at some point in time, you would think that anybody with any type of common sense, any type of wherewithal to understand like their situation, the plight of not only you but your family members, people that you look around and say, well, this is what's going on. At some point in time, you have to be responsible enough to say, am I prepared truly to have this child? Then you need to say, is this man truly prepared to have this child? And if the answer is no on either one, that's when you need to make the more well-informed decision to say, this may not be for me at this particular time.
Right.
But it seems as if, and I think we hit on this on a podcast the other day, that because you have I guess some type of safety net when it comes down to having children, and people could say welfare system, child support, whatever. It's like, well, everything else is out the window because I can make him be responsible, and even if he's not going to be responsible, I still have another backup plan. Matter of fact, that's two backup plans.
You had them bullets.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, I think this is definitely going into some of the decision making of some of our women, and as we can see, it's not working. It's not working in our communities. It's not working.
And that's another thing. The matriarch, a matriarchal society. Women, feminists will say it's working fine. They will say it's working fine because they're getting a lot of. My thing is this. I'm gonna say this. I used to be a pro-black guy that, what up, Queen? What up, King? I used to be that guy, right? Now, I started to notice that in that space, these guys didn't want, okay, slavery happened. That can't be denied. That happened. But my thing is, okay, when you want to do the same exact thing that was done to you, to the descendants of these people, or these people, the thing is, it's just gonna fighting fire with fire type thing. We can do it. We can do it all day.
I think that's a part of like what's happening with between black men and black women. Exactly. Specifically at this particular time. I think we've seen it. I think we all seen it. I created this little book, right? It was a fake book, but because it was an ongoing thing that every time it's like, damn, I make a post and something, and sometimes it's not even about, it could be about anything really, but somehow, some way you'll come down to the comments and you'll see men, women fighting, or women bashing men, and or vice versa, right? So I came up with this thing, said, man, listen, I'm about to put this book out and I'm really working on it now. It was a mean thing years ago, but I'm really about to do this book called Gender Wars. And
I love that name.
Yeah, and it's real though, because we see so many black men, black women going at each other's necks, and to me, I think you hit on it a few times on some of your videos about how, like me, I don't give a damn if you left or right, Republican, Democrat. I don't care about me personally. I don't care about either one. But I do agree with what you said about how the left pretty much they kind of fan the flames of this, a lot, especially with our women, because they even look, black women are very intelligent, but it's like they lack the understanding of how they're being manipulated. Even as intelligent that as our women are, they it seemed like this. But I also said too, remember I said this, I said, because no one fights against a system that they benefit from.
Right.
So we see that over and over again. So with our women being able to benefit from this ideology, it's like they're not going to fight against it. So at the end of the day, we see we see men being bashed, men bashing women. We see it happening. But like you said, it goes back into slavery, and then we have been conditioned to now do the same to ourselves. Our women, even if they know or unknowingly, it's like you are enslaving black men to make them be responsible, which they should be responsible. But in a lot of these cases where you see a lot of men who you knew didn't have any type of responsibility, now all of a sudden he wasn't even responsible for himself, but now you think he's going to be responsible for a child, and it's the most ridiculous thing. But to me, it comes down to that we men and women, we have to grow up. We have to have an understanding that only we can fix this, right? But a lot of times the problems that we have, it starts at home, and we have to address the home. And when we say we're going to address the home, but who's in that home? And that's where a lot of our problems start at, and that's where they need to be fixed at. So either you find a man that truly is a man that's going to be responsible from day one, and he already shows you that, or you don't bring a child into this world with a man that's completely irresponsible, and he already shows you that as well.
And I appreciate that. You broke that down so beautifully, my brother. Yes, you did. Because that's why I decided to, you know, partner with my man right there. I love the way he conveyed his messages.
In a world full of half-truths and fake news, the Truth is Controversial podcast. Two truth seekers stand ready to expose the lies and uncover the facts. They are not afraid to speak up, stand out, and take on the establishment. Blek and Dutch.